Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 71, and tonight we are going to be talking about shipping nightmares and what that could mean for collectors. I guess we should have waited for the Halloween show to do this topic, maybe, but I'm sure we'll have something to complain about or talk about for that show in terms of horror. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I am excited. This is back-to-back nights for me. Of course, we did the live unboxing with Dan last night, and congratulations again on your brand new Harley.
Thank you, sir.
And she looks really great. I'm going to give everybody a sneak peek because I love the way she looks back there in the back.
She is here.
Pretty awesome. She looks great there. We were just talking before the show. I think she looks great with the red with the Alex Ross painting behind her.
Yep. Yeah, complements that piece well.
So that's awesome. So obviously we have Dan here. We also have Mr. Eric B with us in the house.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see everybody back together again, and good to see you back, Chris.
Thank you so much. We also have from Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney.
Howdy, y'all. Hope you're doing good.
Doing great. And also, last but certainly not least, Mr. Jeff Morris with all of his Batman goodness behind him. How's it going, Jeff?
I'm good. Hope everybody's doing well.
We are doing okay. It's my first, I guess, what has it been? About 4 weeks since I've done Rogues with you guys. Again, thank you so much for doing it while I was traveling down to my surgery. And you guys did an awesome job as always. So thank you very much again. I tip my hat to you all.
Yeah, we had fun.
It was a great show. I actually got to watch it on the plane. So that was a lot of fun. So what's going on with you guys? Anything new and exciting going on?
Well, beyond the Harley statue, I had a good day yesterday. So for those in the chat, and actually, Chris, I didn't put it away, but it's on my wall. Stand by.
All right, hold please. Let's see. While he's getting that, Eric, I know you had a great trip to Disney. It looked like a lot of fun. Have you recovered fully from that?
Yeah, like I was telling you, it was a lot of walking because we were there 7 days, so we did all the parks like multiple times. So it was a lot.
What'd you think
of fun, but a lot.
What'd you think of Rise of the Resistance?
It was good. We had to go like right when the park opened, so I was a little bit tired. I think I like the Smugglers run a little bit better, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
What position did you get to?
I got to be the pilot. I had my daughter as the pilot, and I was the pilot.
Did you get to pull the lever?
Yeah, I was doing the left and the right, and then my daughter was doing the up and the down flying.
Nice. There's nothing better than pulling that hyperspace, lever. It's so much fun. Well, I'm surprised you like that one better. That's cool.
I think just because I got the flight. So the second time we did it twice. The second time I was just an engineer, and then I was bored because I'm like, push button, do, and that's it.
yeah, the pilot's definitely the best one for sure. There's no doubt about it. That's cool. Well, welcome back again. All right, so Dan, what do you got to show us here?
Yeah, so for those that weren't in the live show last night, this guy arrived. So I don't know how many of you guys ordered. Oh, you can't see with the banner there, but that's okay.
Oh, let me take that.
And sorry about the light reflection, but so this, as you can see, is Three Jokers Volume 1. And those are the signatures of Jeff Johns, Brad Anderson, and Jason Fabok. And this was the CGC signing. Not jealous at all. Mm-hmm. And this was a CGC signing. This was sent in last year, and this book was much delayed due to COVID. I know Jeff Johns was having a difficult time. They were having a difficult time getting him arranged and flown down to CGC, as well as Jason Fabok. But they got it together, and the book just arrived yesterday, right around the same time as Harley. So it was a fun day yesterday.
It is so awesome. I love the way that one turned out. We were talking yesterday that I'm still waiting for mine, and I don't know what the progress is, but it was the same thing. It's like COVID. We had all these things scheduled, and they had to reschedule things. So I have no idea. But that's the same cover that I'm waiting for. But I only have the one signature, so I'm very jealous. That's awesome to have them all.
What'll be interesting with that book. And Jeff D, as a comic book guy, I'm sure you can appreciate this, although you like the older stuff more. But I wonder where the hype curve, we're well past the far end of the hype curve, I think, on Three Jokers. And I saw a lot of comic collectors in the community that had sent in, a lot of those books to be graded, flippers and whatnot. I wonder if that book has passed that flip opportunity or not.
Good question.
Something I thought about,
Hard to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was huge.
I was telling you too, the place that I ordered from was Comic Sketch Art.
Oh, you ordered from? Oh, I didn't realize. I've had good luck with them in the past. So
my fingers are crossed. It might have been you that even showed us first when it was first on sale. Maybe I can't remember.
That's not where I bought through. That 9.8 came out of my LCS. So, and I was that guy who took all the books off the shelf carefully, looking at each one, and I took home a few copies of each, and because I just think they're fabulous, and I wanted reader copies anyways. But I know, they do. Comic Sketch Art does a nice job, though. They're a quality service.
So I'm hoping that I get it eventually.
Yeah, you will. You will.
I've ordered a couple things like that, and it just sometimes you're like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
And they're like, send you a thing and say they sent it.
Yeah.
I know I ordered a copy of Silver Surfer Black. Was like I can't remember the artist. By the time it came, I kind of was like, oh, I forgot.
So it's kind of like being a Prime 1 customer.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
Where you just, you ordered 3 years ago and you
Same
still
old
have
thing.
it. And you're like, oh, I forgot I even ordered that one. That seems about right lately, for sure. That's crazy. Any new pre-orders for anybody?
Yeah, the XM Zatanna came out today.
That's right. And so was there, I know we were talking earlier, maybe a little bit of hesitation, but
not on me. No, I've been
Not on
waiting
you.
for this for a while. Yeah.
oh, it was the price. The price was what you were kind of wondering about.
Yeah. I mean, it's XM, so I was expecting, the price, but the deposit was a little high. It's not Sideshow's deposits.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have a great piece. I can't wait to see that in your collection. I think it turned out really well. Love the portrait. I love the base. The base is a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, like I was telling you, I like how it's kind of busy, but it works at the same time because your eye kind of just flows naturally with everything going on, and it's a small footprint, so I'll still be able to fit it on the side of my cabinet where the current Zatanna is right now. So
That's awesome.
worked out great.
Do you have plans to add any more kind of along that line with her? And
No, I mean, I'm not really into the rest of the Justice League Dark, mostly Zatanna. She's actually one of my favorite new characters that I recently discovered over the last 5-10 years, whatever it is.
It's cool. Well, just about every version, it seems like they've all been really good.
Between
the original Sideshow was good.
The animated shows, and she's one of the DC superhero girls, which I used to watch with my daughter. So I kind of really got into the character. With her, like anything goes, because it's always she's dealing with black magic and stuff. So it creates like really cool visuals and interesting storylines. Because like I said, when it comes to her, anything goes with her. So
that's right. That's awesome. Well, great pre-order. Anybody else?
Nothing since the last show without you.
Okay. All right. What was the last one then? I can't remember.
Well, Jeff got the over your shoulder. I see, Jeff, you got the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian finally arrived from Iron Studios.
That's right.
And ta-da!
Nice.
And
Yep.
I pre-ordered the Legendary Beast Thor, which will be coming in probably this month.
Nice.
And the Sideshow. What did I order?
Deadpool.
Deadpool. That's
Yep.
awesome. Well, those are great pieces.
Should be.
Yeah. We were just talking about, like, Dan was asking me last night, like, what do I have coming in? I'm like, I don't even know, because everything keeps getting delayed.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember what's maybe next, but hopefully it's my Batcave Hush.
Oh yeah.
Haven't got anything notified from Sideshow yet, and I just ordered the regular. I don't know. I think somebody told me that they thought the regular would come in before the exclusive. I don't remember who told me that.
I talked to my retailer, Chris, on that one, and they feel like it's about 3 weeks out. That they know it's on the water, and they feel like it's about 3 weeks out.
If it gets through the port.
Yeah.
It's based on how the Harley shipment went in terms of timing, is what they're basing that estimate on.
Okay.
And that was last week. So
All right. So maybe not too long then.
Could be relatively soon. Now,
It looks really good.
It does.
I think that could be the best Batman statue done.
I think it could too.
Yeah, even like in collector's photo, like usually like, people take bad photos for the most part on Facebook. Like every photo I see, it's like, it just looks amazing. Like,
Yep.
Every photo.
yeah.
And I've seen a few videos. I know I watched
Mr. X did one. Yeah, his looked good.
I'm purposely not watching it.
Yeah. I kind of skipped through it because again, I just want to. I want to put my own thoughts on it.
Yep.
But again, everything I've seen so far has looked really good. And you guys, I think you convinced me that that's the one that's going to go in my Rogues Gallery over there, the 1/3 stuff. So I think that one will be in the middle. I'll probably. I'm still debating on canceling the Fabok one because if I get the Joker one, but I think it'll look good in the middle there.
Yeah.
With everybody surrounding him. So anyway,
I think it'll complement those guys better.
Yeah, I think so too. I almost ordered Talon today.
Oh,
Is it on Sideshow yet?
Nope.
Oh, through Primo.
I'd have a hard time believing that's going to get made.
Don't say that.
I'm kind of wondering it now.
That's why I feel like I need to order through them and not through somebody else.
And you might as well go ahead and get the one with the extra hands.
I put it in my cart, and it was $233, I think, for the one that gets there in 3 weeks shipping. Whether that's what it'll end up being or not, probably not. But I thought that was pretty low.
That's not bad at all.
No. So I just feel like if people don't order directly from Prime One, I feel like that's why they're canceling sometimes. Because they get 100% of that profit, and I don't know. I feel like I need to order it before it gets canceled. You know what I mean? I'm worried.
It's not going to hurt.
I'm really worried
I'm
about
wondering
that.
about the Val Kilmer and the Robin. I'm wondering how much interest there'll be in those.
I'm looking at the Robin. I might do a hit or miss video on that Robin, but I'm looking at the price and what you get for it. Like, it's just way, way overpriced. So, and I don't think it's that great. So,
I think the Batman is the most probable one that will get made of the two.
Yeah, for sure.
But
a lot of people
I still think it's overpriced.
A lot of people were asking for the Batman and Robin version, where he's more like that red, which I think that's a better suit.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's kind of too bad because I think people would have maybe bought it more, but I guess we'll see. We'll see.
well, my new theory is if they set an edition size, you're safe. But as long as it says to be announced, it might not happen.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Talon is still TBA.
Ugh.
That's probably a good theory.
Yeah, I think.
Now, have you guys noticed on Prime One's website, the Heath Ledger Joker, the one with the mask,
Yeah.
is set at 2,000 pieces. But I cannot find a version without the mask on their website.
Really? Isn't that the EX?
Normally there's at the top, it will show you the optional, not that one.
Huh. That is
That's
interesting.
odd.
Yeah, isn't there maybe there wasn't an EX, maybe they just made it all one EX instead of, was there two?
I wondered that if everybody's just going to get a mask.
Maybe.
I thought the
Thrown in.
mask was the bonus.
It is.
I thought so too, but that makes me wonder if they just it's kind of like what Sideshow's doing. They're not doing EXs like that. Maybe they just combine it into one order. I don't know. Maybe.
So
Maybe.
it made me wonder how many of the ones they would be made without the mask, or if everybody's getting a mask.
Yeah, well, that'd be great because the mask is a great piece on the base.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
For sure.
But I thought that's the only one that I could not find that gave you an option to order, and I can't find it.
And that one did get pushed back to December, February-ish. So I did order that one directly from Prime One. I think, Dan, did you as well?
I didn't. I went through Sideshow.
Okay.
I did Sideshow.
Did you originally and canceled? I can't remember. I thought you did. Maybe
Nope.
not.
No,
Okay.
I went through Sideshow. just for fear of shipping.
Yeah, I know.
I just, it just seems like it's just like pulling teeth. Working with Prime One's just so hard. But we'll see what happens, I guess.
I don't see it getting any better either.
I don't see it getting any better.
Let me say hello to everybody real quick, and then we'll get started with our topic. We got Chris and Logan in the house. Hello to you. Alfonso's in the house. Borg Cube 1 of 2. A couple members already in here. Thank you very much for being here. Dennis Perez, greetings from Puerto Rico. Thank you. Bat in the Belfry. Thank you very much. Good to have you back, Chris. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you very much. The surgery went great, guys. And I'm recovering. I don't have a lot of energy. I have no nutrition in my body, but I am still trying to kick it. So the show might be a little shorter tonight. If you like I told the guys earlier, if you see me fall over, it's the end of the show. So we'll see. We got Alan Kiefer in the house, Mike Stainbrook, Jedi Chisel in the house. Love all the members here. Thank you for being here, guys. Ryan is here. Nathan Chaffman is in the house. Speakeasy Collectibles, Elijah Mack, Nelson Ortega, feeling great, Nelson. At least day by day, getting a little bit better. Let's see. Everybody's saying congratulations to Dan on his Harley.
Thank you, guys.
Dip. We've got Ben Workman in the house. Ashley is in the house from work. Don't tell your boss you're watching. Let's see. Rick Cruz. Yep. See, there you go. Currently still at work. There you go. Archangel, Chris has been gone so long, I've been calling Dan the BSC. It doesn't stand for Batman Statue Collector. But I don't know what you're calling him. I don't want to know. Coming from Arch, you don't want to know. Let's see. We've got howdy y'all. I just went to Disneyland for 4 days last week. He was brilliant or brutal.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I bet. Let's see. We've got Edwin Diaz in the house. Hey, Dark Ranger 7. Thank you very much. You were missed. Thank you very much. Brotherhood member Michael Ray. Hey, everyone. Hope everybody's doing good. Captain Trenchcoat. J-Rob. Let's see. The Bat Collects. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Whoop. I might have just skipped over some things here, guys. I apologize. Let's see. Brother Jaka is here. Prime 1023. No, I haven't got the Batcave yet. Hoping, like Dan said, hopefully in the next month. PCS Vampirilla. I'm anxious to talk about her. I have an idea for her I want to run by you guys. Ezra is in the house. The shipping nightmare is killing me at work. So much of your parts come from overseas, mainly Greece. Yeah, it is a worldwide problem for sure. Let's see. Shipping is bonkers, man. I got an email for 2 statues supposed to ship from Singapore, and they wanted $700 in shipping for the 2 statues. Actually, doesn't sound bad right now. 2 for $700. That doesn't sound too bad to me. Nelson says the base on the Legendary Beast store is incredible. Yes, it is, and I'm excited that Mr. Delaney is going to be adding that to his collection.
Me too.
Hardy is here. We've got Terry in the house. Can't remember if I said hello to Matt T. Hopefully. Thanks for joining us last night, Matt. Sideshow's Huntress looks mad good, way better than their Canary. We're going to look at her tonight. Let's see. Demon Vial. Reconstructed Beauty. Orchid Voodoo. We've got Richard in the house. We've got Diego. We've got Josh. Slim Boss. Boggle Arts. Joe Latore in the house. Gotham Goon. Team Mitchell. Daniel. Forensic Collect. Not Very Good Geek. That's funny. I like that one. That's great. One of our members. Thank you. And Eric Carlson. Thank you very much. And Fish Hat Collectibles. Hello, Chris and panel. I brought my first Prime One piece a few months back and selected economy shipping, not knowing how long it would take. Wow is all I can say. I needed a replacement part. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I'm just going to say a prayer for you because it's hard to know. So hello to everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Trying to get through everybody really quick. I want to get to our topic. So, shipping. So, it's been an issue for a while. Shipping costs continue to go up. Obviously, there's been container issues. But I want to talk a little bit about how you guys think that some of these issues could affect collecting over the next year or two, or maybe even further into the future. So what are some things that you guys have heard about, kind of what's going on with these shipping containers? Anybody have any knowledge on the subject?
I think Jeff's the closest to all this going on.
Yes, he is.
I just see them out there, and they're not moving.
You need to like put a
And I
note
get-
in a bottle and throw it to the ship.
And I get messages from Chad at Tweeterhead saying, or he actually sends me links to articles
Yes,
saying
he sent me
44 ships stuck outside of Long Beach and LA Harbor. And he's very concerned about serious delays. If he's concerned, then I think we have reason to be concerned as well.
You know, he has to pay a certain amount of money for these containers. It's like this giant domino effect, and it's happening worldwide with products. You know, they can't get products from certain countries and other places, and things are backed up, causing other things to not be able to be made, causing everything to go up in price. You know, we complain about prices now. Do you guys see in the next few years prices skyrocketing way worse than they are now?
I would hope not. I mean, it feels high as it is, but you know, we thought it would be done with by now, and it's still happening. So it's getting worse and worse. So tough to say. And like I said, it's not just with the statues; it's with everything in life. You know, like I just moved into this house not too long ago, trying to buy furniture. I had to wait, 3 to 6 months just to get, couches delivered.
Yeah.
Because things are just stuck overseas.
Ashton Flake says the owner of PCS made a post talking about shipping and factory prices are really high as well. You know, who takes on that cost from the factories?
Yeah.
Not the companies. I think in some cases the companies might have to, not wanting to, but in order to get their product out.
Do you think these cargo companies kind of like, play by the rules, like first come, first serve, or do you think they're taking like extra money, like you pay me extra, I'll get your product on the ship before everyone else?
I would assume there's absolutely that going on.
Yeah.
If there's that much demand, they'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're costing 2 and 3 times what they cost last year.
That's what I read that article.
Wow.
With the California situation, and it's like, yeah, it's anywhere, and in some cases like 6 times more. In some cases. So, Mike Steinberg says, shipping costs, containers cost a fortune right now. So not only do they cost a fortune, but some of these are stuck in port. Some of these are backed up. There's not enough shipping containers to bring product. So do you foresee massive delays over the next few years for statue collecting and everything else? Like it still seems like some companies are able to get things still out, which I don't know how they're making that happen.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Are they possibly paying more money to jump over everybody else and get their stuff on the ship?
Oh, you're saying that the statue company is doing that? It's very possible. It's very possible.
I don't see prices going skyrocketing, as you said, because people will just walk away.
Yeah, people won't do it.
Yeah.
I think we're getting really close.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit last time. Here we are in a position where shipping containers are hard to get. They're much more expensive. Prices are going up at some other companies, and yet Sideshow is bringing their prices down below 600 on most of their premium formats and getting rid of the exclusives. So some companies are finding ways to make it work, and maybe they're just the big kahuna and can get that shipping container that maybe other companies can't, but they're finding a way.
Well, I would imagine they probably can take a whole container or a couple at a time because of how much they offer.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare Sideshow to Chad, I mean, Chad's one guy or a couple people working at a company, paying for this one cargo ship for this one item versus, Sideshow maybe being able to fill 2 or 3 or whatever it might be. It's a big difference. Mike Steinberg said they were around $9,000. Now they're 15 to 25 grand a container.
Wow.
So you would think the statue companies and collectible companies would get together, and then they could, have a little more paying power behind the containers and take more and get a better deal than one company by themselves at a time.
I think that's a good idea. The cost of a container from Shanghai to LA was like 18 grand 3 weeks ago, which is just crazy.
It comes down to the customer. It's like, how much more are we going to keep paying these prices? I know, for myself, I wouldn't pay hundreds of dollars to have a statue shipped. But then it comes down to like the same thing when the statue prices were going up. It was like, how much are we going to keep spending on statues for people, speak with their wallets and stop paying these high prices. Meanwhile, people are still paying high prices for statues. But it seems like more people are affected by the shipping costs, where they're like, it's ridiculous to pay that much money just to have something shipped. So hopefully, some type of change happens soon to where prices go down.
Again, that's a big reason why we might be getting Prime 1 cancellations.
Yeah.
It's like, if we're topped out right now and people are not willing to pay the shipping because the shipping's been outrageous, whether they've jacked up the prices or if it's legit because of everything going on. I mean, we complain about the shipping, but I mean, it might be very legit on, what it actually costs to get it here, dealing with the factory costs or the shipping costs, shipping container costs. But it's interesting that could be why we're getting so many cancellations. Because I don't know if you guys peruse the Sideshow website, it's very difficult to find in the last 3 or 4 months very many high dollar items.
Yeah,
there's been a handful. That tells me that Sideshow has shifted and they're really focusing on that 200 and below price point. And I would imagine they're doing okay, but I think that's telling. I feel like there's been a lot less high-end stuff. Have you guys noticed that?
I think they've been going that direction for a long time.
I think for a couple of years.
I just feel like it's way more now. I just way more now. Like I was even looking on the site for photos for us to look at tonight. And I was to page 5 before I found anything that was over $800. And so I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And then you pay all that money in shipping, and then your statue is stuck in the ocean somewhere. It's not even getting to you on time.
I think that's the burn.
Yeah.
Is when you're paying, some people are paying $500 to $800 to ship a Prime 1 here. And did it really matter that you paid to get it in 3 weeks and it took 3 months or 4 months anyway?
Yeah. To me, if it was being something canceled versus me waiting another year, I'd wait another year. But I just feel like, I don't know. I really worry about all of that stuff right now. Ezra says 146 watching right now, only 38 likes. Hit that like button. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. And I wanted to get back kind of to what Jeff said about, talking to Chad. I'm sure he told you the same thing, but he said that they're going to have to push all these statues back that were supposed to be revealed this year or go up for pre-order this year. And there's no chance in the world of it happening now.
Right.
That sucks.
So, in a way, a slowdown might be nice, kind of let everybody catch their breath.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know that sucks for him because he wants to get them out. He wants to sell these things.
Sure.
I'm excited as a fan. I'm anxious to see what other villains he comes out with or whatever heroes he comes out with.
Mm-hmm.
It also sounds like it might give him some time to rethink some things or retweak some things. He did mention that they might be, resculpting some things that they had in mind. But it is interesting that all of this could affect too what's going to be seen and come out.
One thing I think of is does the weather play a role in all these statues just sitting in a container out there for that long? But then I look at the factories. Sometimes we see factory pics. It doesn't look like they're temperature controlled. It looks like just fans are blowing. So maybe they hold up. I don't know.
I mean, not only that, but also, crazy weather patterns lately and all this, I mean, that's going to cause all kinds of delays and issues in the future. I think the crazy weather is here to stay. And so I don't know. Want to give a shout out to Mr. Fong right here. He's the person that has sculpted so many things that we know. Latest is the Scarecrow from XM, of course, the Samurai. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. Thank you.
That's cool.
It's very cool. Captain Trenchcoat says, I'm worried for Chad. He still has employees to pay. Well, not a ton of employees, which is good. I think they're going to be okay. But again, I know he's freaking out because of these costs. Like it's got to be pretty, nerve wracking. I would imagine, especially as a smaller company. Like the bigger companies, like we said, has, more cash flowing, or at least maybe not. Maybe they're not having as much cash as they used to. I don't know.
Well, there's another issue, and that is holding on to the licenses. Those companies are expecting a cut.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If they're not putting out their pieces, then that could be a real problem keeping that license.
That's a great point. I didn't think about that.
It's true.
That's a great point. Ashton Flake says, would it be way more expensive to have a U.S.-based factory? What do you guys think?
I wish.
I don't think we could afford to pay what it would cost.
It would solve a lot of problems, though.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about on the show that I feel like the factories are holding everybody by the balls. There's only a certain number of factories.
Or one maybe a little bit closer, like in Mexico or somewhere. I don't know.
Just something.
Well, Iron Studios is Brazil, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I wonder if that's cheaper than.
Their stuff's still made in China.
Is it?
But how?
I think when stuff comes, it comes from China too.
But I don't know, because their stuff, I swear, they put it up for pre-order one day and 5 days later people have them in hand. And there's
The
a million
little
of them.
ones, yeah.
So like, how are they getting them? Like, they've been very consistent, not as much for their third scale, but they've been very consistent for their 1/10. So maybe they have multiple factories. I don't know, but that's a good point. Yeah, I think, Ashton, that the prices would go up a lot, but I also think that there would be a lot less headaches all around.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see. Taxes are too much in the USA. Yes, that is for sure. Matt T says, Tweeterhead also offered free shipping on the poison ivy that's supposed to be shipping soon. And with the raised shipping containers, that has to hurt. You think they'll still honor that?
Yeah, I do.
So that means they take that cost then.
Yeah.
So not only is Chad having to make a bigger payment for the company or for the container, it's delayed. Yeah, that's just crazy.
I think we need to go into the shipping container business.
Yeah.
No kidding. I mean, it's just, I can't see it getting any better in a long time. It says Iron Studios is made in China, so I guess so. Yeah, all the statues are made in the same handful of factories. I'm not sure how to say that name.
The prices you pay now, it's almost like what it was, 5-10 years ago, just to have, a statue flown. Because I remember I used to get like statues through Singapore, like DHL. It would come in a few days for $300-400. Now it's $300-400 just to get it by boat for a few months. Crazy.
Dan Blaster says, I think a big mistake Prime 1 has made recently is they keep announcing new statues and IPs, but they don't produce or keep delaying pieces announced years ago.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
I think, and we've talked about it here before, that I think when Prime 1 had 4 or 5 licenses, man, they were pumping them out. They were getting them on time. Quality was amazing. But I feel like in a lot of cases, they've just bitten off more than they can chew. I'm hoping Prime 1 doesn't end up canceling Talon. Yes. Believe me, I am too. I'm really nervous. about that one. Let's see. Mexico is a good idea for free trade. A few months ago, I had COVID, and David, Igo, and Chad did a lot for me. Yeah, those guys are amazing. I'm glad you're feeling better. Glad you're doing better. Hey, I want to thank 176 people watching right now. Thank you guys so very much. Please hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. It would be a lot cheaper to have factory in the U.S. if you had a very efficient process. Read not hand painted. Well, that's the thing is labor. I mean, labor costs. I mean, to paint, to have somebody paint.
I don't think it could be done another way. How would you not do it by hand?
I don't know. I think that there's some places that might have some like printing techniques or something, but I would think that, I mean, majority of everything's by hand. But yeah, I mean, just think of the labor costs.
I remember because I used to be like into like cell phones and technology years ago, and Motorola tried that. They brought a factory into the U.S. I think it was in Texas. It lasted about like a year or two, and then shut down.
Hardy says even hot toy figures are delaying big time to arrive in places like Sideshow unless you put out extra cash from Hong Kong collectors. Yes, I mean, everybody's feeling the burn. It's not just statues. It's appliances and everything else. The Badaholic says Tweeterhead's honesty and openness is a breath of fresh air in this community. I agree. I feel like Tweeterhead's very, very open. Queen Studios is very, very open. I really appreciate that. Even if the ports got fully staffed again, it will take a very long time to catch back up with all those cargo ships just waiting to get in there already. Do we know what caused the backup?
There was originally like one got stuck. That was like months ago, and now it just seems like they're just sitting there though for no reason. So
you just think they don't have enough staff, like work staff, to like put it in and unload them?
Could be, because that seems to be happening with like everything in life, like any job.
Yeah.
But shoot, that's a high-paying job.
Yeah, dock work is good.
It'd be easy to fill those positions.
I would think so too, but something had to cause it.
Yeah.
That ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal caused global havoc. That we're feeling a lot of that still. That just stacked up a lot of things. And the other piece that's going on is the global microchip shortage. That can't be understated. That's enormous. You've got companies like Apple, who's doing their big September announcement thing next week, saying they're delaying their MacBook lines until next year. And I mean, that's enormous. You know, you're talking billions of dollars per quarter. Other companies, I just read Tesla is considering creating their own microchips, nanochips, because they can't get the chips fast enough to satisfy hundreds of thousands of orders. And that's just two leading tech companies.
Google just did that too. They just started doing their own chips.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, they've got the cash and
Mac too. Mac started making their own chips. Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people are saying it's just a rotating wave of understaffed docks because of COVID. That very well could be. And my favorite comment of the night is Ashton says, Tommy used to work on the dock. I hear the union went on strike. So, you know, he's down.
So he's down on his luck.
Tough. Yeah, it's just tough, you know. So tough.
It's so tough.
Let's see. If they can only move the factory warehouse to Mexico. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ideas. I mean, but again, it's just a matter of whether I'm just surprised that some of the companies haven't moved to try something like that. I know it's risky.
It's going to be interesting to see if all of these companies survive this. And you know what I mean? As somebody who, you know, I've worked in tech my whole career, if my company was unable to fulfill orders like this and maintain margins and have customer service, you know, issues and would be out of business. Yeah. I don't see how they can just, you know, for months, if not years on end, sustain this.
But why do you think it's like? I feel like over the last, you know, year and a half, I feel like it's worse now than it was in the thick of everything. Why do you think
it's definitely worse now?
Like what? Why? Like
it's the shipping piece.
It's just the shipping piece.
I think it's the shipping piece, and I think what's keeping some of these companies, probably, Prime One is the best example, and maybe XM is their biggest market is not the US, right? They're selling, I don't know how many times more in Asia. So they're able to maintain really high margins, good customer sat, and all that other fun stuff. And I would assume that's what's keeping them afloat, because we can't get product. We can't give them our money fast enough.
Yeah.
And it's not just statues on those boats, which goes back to what I was saying earlier. I wonder if there's other influences controlling what's coming in, first before those statues.
Gets prioritized. Absolutely. Yeah.
So let me ask another question
Bigger
that we haven't
players
really
out there.
talked about. Do you think all of this will smolder the excitement for collecting?
Yep.
Yep.
Most definitely.
Like, we always used to it's time for Comic-Con. We're going to see all these new reveals.
Yep.
We're going to see these new reveals at Next Level event. And, and of course, that's something we're still going to talk about on this channel. But in general, I kind of wonder if the hobby's just going to start tanking.
I think it's a big wet blanket, and I think it's bad for not only the availability and timeliness and, frustrated customers, but also, if you think about collecting over the past 10 years has really taken off. Even all of us here, for the most part, have really kind of engaged in collecting within the last 10 years. And if you think about what was driving pop culture, a lot of it was the MCU.
Yep.
It just was, right? It was driving interest in superheroes and in the whole genre of superheroes and pop culture. We don't have that right now. You don't have that kind of critical mass of, everything revolving around the next Iron Man movie or the next Avengers movie and driving that real, frenzy of activity. I think this is bad. I think it's bad for collecting. Certainly if you're a volume collector, if you're one of those collectors that likes to have a new piece coming in every few weeks, I'm not that guy, fortunately, but you're really getting frustrated right now, I bet.
Do you guys all agree with Dan? Like, do you feel like that's kind of the way
It's a good point. Yeah.
the community is going to react?
I think there might be some, like I said in the last show, my collection is migrating towards Sideshow because they're getting me statues.
Yep.
If you're living in other parts of the world, you might be going exclusively to Prime One because maybe they're getting your stuff at a reasonable shipping cost instead of, or XM, same thing. So I don't know. Everything I have on order except for that Legendary Beast Thor is Sideshow.
Yeah.
And this guy.
So is it making you feel like you need to pull back the reins even more on everything?
No, I'm just more inclined to buy from Sideshow.
Yeah. I mean, they've consistently delivered time and time again.
And the shipping's gone up a little bit, but it hasn't gone up a lot from them.
Yeah.
No.
True.
Just the statue prices.
Yeah. Statue
And
price.
the other piece with Sideshow, just to pile on what Jeff's saying, is I feel like their quality's gone up. Right. So if you look at the level of detail and intricacy and all of, the paint quality and the concepts of their pieces, all of that has only improved. And by them kind of sticking to the kind of pricing that Jeff was talking about earlier, where most of them are starting at under $600, that's pretty compelling, And I'll give you a perfect example. Chris, you and I were talking about, the fact that we've exited a couple of the older Prime One Arkham line statues recently. Yep. We both have done that, and for a number of reasons. One of the reasons I was okay parting with my Mr. Freeze, and I felt like a Prime One Mr. Freeze, that was a Grail statue. Yeah. Granted, you can't it's apples to oranges with Sideshows, but in terms of having a Mr. Freeze piece in my collection, I'm happy with my Sideshow Mr. Freeze. I see him every day. I'm happy to have him. And that's what gave me pause to say, do I really need this gigantic Prime 1 P1 Freeze? Am I, diminishing my enjoyment of the collection? The answer was no. So I moved him on. And I think that's a credit to Sideshow. They've really come a long way with their premium formats. And,
it's, of course, we are so much alike that I had the exact same thought in my head that I'm like, I prefer the look of Sideshow's Freeze because that's more Freeze to me. Like, it takes up a lot less room. Yeah, it's what I think of when I think of that look.
Yep.
And with the Prime 1, as great as it was very robotic. It was just a different take for sure on freeze.
Yep.
Which again makes me wish
cool.
that Sideshow would take some risks here with some more characters. But I just don't know if I feel like now probably more than ever they won't take those risks.
Yeah, they won't. They clearly are moving to a volume game, it seems. So
do you think it's smart that they've gone away from the exclusives? What do you guys think?
I think it's smart to keep it under 600, and if that's what they have to do to make that happen, it's a good idea.
I agree.
They were trending upwards, 660 or what was it, 720 for Mr. Freeze.
Yep.
And now they've really pulled back.
I think that was the smartest thing that they've done in years.
The only thing with the exclusives is it forces you to buy it through Sideshow, to where now you can get, collectors. If there is no exclusive, you can get it from any third party, comic book store, retailer, or wherever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
I guess if they feel like, they don't need the exclusive business straight through their own website, and they feel like, they're doing enough volume through, these third party retailers, then why not?
I think those third party retailers are working off a very slim margin.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Sideshow's given much.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What I see happen, it feels like, okay, the exclusive does well, it sells out, and then they have a million collector's editions that nobody wants.
There have been a few where the collectors sold out before the exclusive, though.
Right, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Not to me. No. The collector's edition's available everywhere. It should sell out first.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. But it's just like, so I guess I get why they didn't want to do two separate versions, because then they just have one version that everybody will buy.
Right.
It'd be cool if they just threw in the exclusive, like it used to be. Remember in the old days where I guess they still did it separately, but remember the exclusive was the same price as the collector's edition?
Yeah.
Those were the days. But it'd be cool if they just offered a second head sculpt as part of the collector's edition from now on, or something like that. That would be really great. But do you see them going back to the exclusives again at some point?
Yeah, I don't think they're done with them yet.
I'm trying to remember the last time they had one. It's been a minute.
Scarecrow?
Batman Who Laughs. Was that the last one they announced?
Power Girl has one.
Hey, Power Girl.
Scarecrow has one. Freeze has one.
No, Freeze was just one.
Well, Freeze has the proximity piece.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking head sculpt. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. I'm trying to think of what else.
Seems like the last few didn't have.
Bane had two.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, but think about pre-orders. That's the latest stuff. And I can't think of anything.
It's been a while.
I can't think of anything since Power Girl's pre-order.
That might be right.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing it more often where there aren't exclusives.
Yeah.
I was surprised the Carnage maquette, or is it a maquette or premium format? But it didn't have one. And I was kind of surprised.
I think that's
Venom. Did Venom have one?
They haven't put Venom up to order yet.
Okay.
We got Collector Zone in the house. He says, you've got a company right here. And I can tell you we ship out tons of statues, and Sideshow needs us and loves us. You got to know the game to be as good as them. Can't be two guys in a basement. Yeah, I mean, gotta play the game.
Yeah, if enough companies, or retailers sell their statues for them, they're doing all the work for them.
Collector Zone, let me ask you, are you selling as much as you were a year ago in terms of like higher end statues, $600 or up? Or have you seen a big decrease because of shipping costs? Like, are your customers still buying from you like they were? If you're still here, I'm curious as to kind of how that's going, but I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about with the shipping? Again, I don't think there's any good answer coming up. Like I said, it is a shipping nightmare because it's just a big domino effect. It's like one thing affects the other.
I think we need to see the world return back to normal and then see what happens.
I'll say one thing about Prime 1. If they were smart, they would have done all their cancellations at one time. If they do them in batches, it's going to drive people bananas.
Yep.
it's going to make them not trust them.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's going to be no trust.
Bingo.
Collector's Zone responded. Thank you very much. More, selling more, and we have sold more Prime 1. So that's awesome to hear.
Good news.
That's great to hear. So I mean, it's not all bad news. I mean, if people are still buying, which is
That's great.
it's still pretty amazing. Like that we're in a pandemic and people are still, spending their money. But
if you're not into exclusive, you get statues. I know my local comic book store, so they obviously they get the collector's edition, but you don't pay the shipping charges, and you get a little bit of a discount on the statue.
Yeah.
So it's good for collectors. If you're not into the exclusive, get a little bit of a discount.
That's right. 201 people watching right now. Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you would. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you haven't subscribed to this guy right here, Jeff Delaney at Secret Sanctuary, please, after the show, check out his channel and give him a like and also a sub if you haven't done so as well.
Thank you.
Yes, I think anyone that carries Prime 1 can offer cheaper shipping than Prime 1 Direct will end up being a big winner. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some companies that mark up their product a bit but offer $4 shipping. So it's like, how do you compete? How do you compete with that? It's like you might have to wait longer, but yeah, anybody that can offer that kind of shipping, it's just crazy. Carl Nordstrom says the question: what was the last non-Sideshow statue to have a Sideshow exclusive ever? That's what we were just talking about. I think it was. This thing.
It's a non-Sideshow.
Yes, I'm not quite sure I understand. Non-Sideshow statue to have a Sideshow exclusive.
Oh, I mean, a lot of things that Sideshow offers, like Prime 1, they'll offer an exclusive. I think that's what he means. I think they do that all the time. I mean, they're very good about offering exclusives from other companies.
They've even offered what they call a Prime 1 store exclusive, like that cape with the Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
They call it like a bonus, right? Like the bonus version.
Our volume has increased and we have expanded. That's great news. That's great. I love to hear that. Let's see. Yeah. Sideshow rewards do expire now, a year from when you get them. So bye, folks. Or else they're going to go. Free money's going away. Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about with shipping?
Now let's look at some pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at some pictures then. Here we go. I need to get the banners off. I'm going to not make that mistake again, so I don't go over everybody's faces. All right. Let's start with this lady right here. Can you see her okay?
Yep.
So this was announced real recently. This is a Vampirilla 1/3 scale from PCS.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this one?
I like it a lot. For 1/3, I like that. It's just not, your typical museum pose. It's more of like a pinup. I don't know. I'm not even into the character, and I like it. So
I think she'll do really well. I think that the portrait on the left, I'd say, is 85% of what I'd like it to be. The portrait on the right, for me, would stay in the box.
The classic?
I don't like it myself.
I don't like it as much.
I agree.
But
it just doesn't look like how I remember her looking.
Yeah.
The face, it reminds me of a cosplayer.
Yeah.
A really well-built cosplayer, but
yeah.
Because I feel like her face is too round.
I think I read somewhere she's going to be 900.
Ooh, yikes.
Well, but 1/3?
Oh, I guess that's actually not bad. So hear me out. Okay. So here she is right here. I kept looking at her and I'm thinking, I wonder if I could paint that costume black and she could be Talia al Ghul. Look she's got a bat flying out of that. Got the skulls down below. I don't know. Do you think I could pull that off? They'll never make it Talia.
No.
You don't think so?
Just like that.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of images that I went to look today because I was wondering, like, does she have that collar? She wears a collar like that in a lot of the comics. She wears
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I
like.
bet?
She
If
wears
you
a lot
got
of.
a fabric cape,
Yep. She wears a lot of like midriff things. You know, a lot of times very risque. Not quite this risque, but I just wonder if I could make her Italia. Because I'm actually considering buying this one, which is kind of crazy. But I'm like, they'll never make her.
I don't, you know what? Maybe I haven't read the more modern Talia stories, but that pose does not scream Talia to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point about the pose. But it's a cool statue.
I have a feeling this is going to hit Sideshow tomorrow. It's
It actually it will.
Yeah.
I can confirm. But I don't know. I saw the bat. I'm like, man, maybe I could do something with that.
I think it's going to sell really well.
I like the base with the skulls.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fun. But yeah, so yeah, it should go up for pre-order tomorrow.
It's not going to eat up a lot of space either.
No, let me show you that picture again. There's the on the desk. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a round base, which sometimes are good, sometimes they're bad, but yeah, I think it'll be a big seller for them. All right, let's talk about this one. This one went up for pre-order last week. We looked at her at Sideshow Con. Anybody order this one?
She looks great.
Yeah, I'm going to order. I haven't yet, but I will. I like her a lot.
I'm thinking about this one as well, Chris.
I like it a lot. I keep going back and forth of whether I should reorder that Prime 1 Huntress now that Sideshow's got her back again. Because I've contemplated doing some heroes like Nightwing and Huntress on the other side of the room.
There's a big space difference between this one.
Oh, such a big space difference.
Yeah.
But I think that she turned out really well.
She'd look good in your case, man.
She would, but I don't have any heroes.
Yeah.
So I just don't know.
You know,
do you think?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you think that this one is better than the original Huntress? It's still people love today.
It's different. The original one is a great piece. I personally prefer the portrait on this one.
Yeah.
I'll never say anything bad about that original one. That was a really nice piece. I think they were really smart with this one, though, because I think this piece is going to sell. It's going to generate some sales for their Black Canary because they look so good together.
Yes, that's a great point.
Plus, Chris, you do always have heroes in your collection, and then you end up selling them. So
every damn time.
You would have a lot by now if you kept them.
I know, but I don't know. I do really like her. I think she's really well done.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if I want to. You know, I'm kind of known as the 1/3 scale guy, so I'm like, do I go?
Do you have room with that cape?
That
cape. Is it the would you get the fabric or the sculpted Prime 100?
Sculpted sold out.
Oh, okay.
So it would be the fabric at this point.
Okay.
But the fabric, the nice thing about the fabric is it doesn't take up quite as much room because you can pose it down.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one stuck out pretty far.
Yeah, like shot out.
Yeah. But the colors are really well done on this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like me and you own the Sideshow Ivy, Catwoman, Batgirl, Harley, you got to look at this and think, wow, she's going to fit in really great, and Black Canary will too.
She almost looks like the OG Harley. I think somebody brought that up in the group. So the pose looks like the OG Harley.
It's just that pose.
That's true.
Where you know, the mallet over shoulders
and the legs kind of crisscrossed like that.
Yeah.
Good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah, she would look good with that. You know, those pieces.
But I love the pop of color too. Like we're talking about Dan with the pink and the red last night popping in his collection, and this purple really pops. I mean, I know you get a little bit with the Joker, but there's way more purple here.
Yep.
Which is nice. And I do like that you can pose the cape.
And hopefully they'll let the dyes in the cape dry this time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Again, maybe that goes back to how long they're sitting in a container.
So I'm thinking, don't leave them in
just
containers.
like Eric said. I mean, the weather could affect it, the length of time.
Yeah.
But beautiful piece. She's on my radar. Let's see. There she is. Kind of. I like the Sideshow's kind of putting them in kind of more realistic situations now. I think that's kind of a cool idea.
It is.
And it really makes the statue shine a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's talk about this guy. You see this? So they're doing a Hordak variant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tweeterhead. So here he is, and I wanted to do it. Here's a side by side.
Wow.
To
I
show
like
you
that new one.
the difference in colors. I love the new colors.
Hmm.
I
like that head sculpt.
I think, and that one was maybe the exclusive. No, not the exclusive. You have this one, don't you, Jeff?
Yeah, that's the exclusive portrait on the original release.
Oh, okay.
And the Canon arm was also thrown in.
That's right. That was a surprise, right?
Yeah. So I think I'm not positive, but I think with this variant, you're not going to get that original head that you see in the other picture.
Oh.
And I don't think you're getting the staff in his
Okay.
left arm.
Interesting. So do you like this color scheme better, or do you like the one you have better?
You know what? I need to see more of this one. I'm not sure. And I think I like the other portrait better myself.
Yeah, I like that portrait better.
Yeah. The red really pops on that one. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Are you surprised that they're doing a variant?
It was a surprise to me. They hadn't mentioned it, and it tells me that the original must have sold really well.
Yeah. I mean, it was very well received.
And I don't know if they're going to have, they're at PowerCon this Saturday. I'm not sure if they're going to have this there or not. They might.
Are you going?
I'm not sure.
Igo's going to be there.
I know. Yeah, Igo's going to be there. Chad will not. But I just read that they're going to limit how many folks are in the hall at one time, and there's going to be a queue outside waiting. People leave, and you get to go in.
That'd be awful.
I'm not sure I want to stand in a queue for hours.
No, that'd be awful.
So I might ask Chad to send me some video or pictures or something to promote.
What do you think about this guy? I thought this was a pretty nice surprise. This is a quarter scale piece from Iron Studios. I think it turned out pretty awesome. Good likeness.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You got 3 characters in one.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool.
I don't think Grogu is maybe sculpted as well as I would have liked him to be. It feels kind of simple. But I think Luke's face looks really good.
Kind of matches the CGI in The Mandalorian when he showed up. So
yeah. R2 lights up. But I thought this was a kind of a out of the blue cool piece.
This one was pretty expensive, wasn't it?
I think so. I can't remember a price point.
Oh, it has sound features too.
I want to say like 1,300 and something or something like that.
Yikes. For quarter scale, you're getting, it's basically 2 quarter scale pieces, but that's still quite a bit.
Mando and Child was $750.
Yeah, so that I feel like that should be comparable. Plus you have the basket and more base.
Right. Definitely more base.
Yeah, definitely.
I know they make like the full size R2D2s, that make the noises, but this might actually be like the first smaller scale statue that actually makes noises. No,
I can't remember one that's done that. I think maybe Sideshow's lit up, but not made a noise.
Yeah,
so that's pretty neat. This was kind of a cool statue. This is from I believe this is Kotobukiya, I think.
Kotobukiya. Yep.
So that'll be kind of neat to see the Last Night on Earth, and Kotobukiya always does a really nice job. I don't know how much love this Batman will get from other companies, but I thought it was cool they were doing it. I feel like Kotobukiya's really had some really great hits lately.
It's also kind of a funky scale. It's 1/7.
Yep.
Oh, 7.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 1/6.
I thought it would be 6.2. 1/7. That's a weird.
Yep.
I wonder why they went that route. Not sure.
Isn't some of their other stuff that scale?
Yeah, they have a whole line. Is it the Art FX or something like that?
Yep.
Those are 1/6.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were
like
1/6 for those.
Flashpoint Batman and the Batman Who Laughs are 1/6, and their artifacts.
That's what I first started collecting way back in the day. I had their Hush Art FX pieces.
I may be getting the line name wrong, but this one is 1/7.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
This is really cool. I just wish they would have maybe copied more of the original art where he kind of looks like he's walking and looking forward. Still amazing though.
It's like this is like a little bit more blocky. I like that. And the cape coming out. I wish they just would have copied that pose exactly.
Mhm.
Cape coming way out the side. But yeah, I agree. I would have liked him looking straight forward.
And the legs, he's like, just standing there instead of walking.
Yeah. And this is a render, so they might change it.
It's true.
This was teased by XM. And this is their
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, but it's like a bust. Do you think is there 2 torsos, do you think?
I would say yes, but I don't know for sure.
Isn't that I thought they were doing this one's on horseback.
Yeah.
But do you see how this has got a base? So I'm wondering if this is like the second torso here.
Yeah, I think it's a second torso.
And
It
I
looks
didn't
like
realize.
there's a definite line, like down
Yeah, here maybe.
around the gun.
Yeah, right there. Or maybe right there, that line right there.
Yep.
But I didn't realize they were doing 2. I thought that was pretty cool to see that. And this looks printed out too. That's not a render.
Right.
So
Zoom that back out. What is? Is that the muzzle of the horse in the top corner?
let's see. It might be. It could be a horse.
I bet it's
mane.
the fire the horse breathes when it's running.
It may be so. I mean, look how tall it'll be if that's the case. It'll be a big piece, I think. Be pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that painted.
Yeah, it'll look beautiful. I mean, if it's anything like their famous one on the bike, like that, it's still one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever seen.
It's an interesting choice. I mean, not too many folks are familiar with that interpretation of the character.
No, not at all.
That goes back to the 50s.
It's risky. This is another one from PCS I thought was kind of neat. Really expensive, but this is what's his name? Grimlock, right?
That one's got a whole lot of base.
Yeah, look at this thing.
Wow.
Almost
Yeah,
30,
that's
almost 30
Grimlock.
inches tall, but he's like coming out. Like this is really cool.
Huh.
It's
Yeah,
massive.
that was cool.
I think it was like $1,800, if I remember right. But I thought it was still a pretty cool piece from them. Something different. I think PCS is going to start, really trying to get back in the game with some of these pieces from some things I've kind of heard through the grapevine. So it'll be interesting to follow them. Obviously, with this piece and the Vampirilla, and I believe they've just acquired a few other licenses as well. But lots of detail.
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't think this compares to like a Prime 1 Transformer piece, but it's still a really cool concept. Hey, there's Eric's piece.
There she is.
There she is right there. So this is a quarter scale Zatanna.
So cool.
I love this portrait. I just wish that the hat was a little bit up.
Yeah.
What do you I mean, would you tilt it up a little, Eric, or are you pretty happy with the way it looks?
I don't really like the other portraits. So I'm glad the hat kind of covers the face because I think are they the same portraits? I can't even tell. This one might look a little different.
There's like she's more stern here. She's more determined here, which I do like. Look at the
it
detail.
does. Like I was telling you earlier, I plan on putting it higher up, so I'll definitely still see the face. But yeah, if you had this like mid-level or lower, you're pretty much losing the face.
How do you think that she would, like, if you had this next to, let's say, the Sideshow Huntress, do you think that they would look good together? Like they would.
Yeah, because you know what, it still has a small footprint for the base, so it's not like one of XM's. When they do like their bigger bases.
I just didn't know
think
if, like, if it would stand out that they're so different in terms of materials used and paint techniques. Like I
she's
said,
only
if you put an XM piece right next to a Prime 1 piece, they're both beautiful. They're both painted amazing, but there's definitely a different look. to them. And so I was wondering if you guys thought that an XM quarter scale would look really good next to a Sideshow quarter scale.
I think normally you could tell the difference on this. Because it's just like solid blocks of color, like black, and then the skin color, and then white. I don't think you really have that XM look to it. Like I feel like with their shading, they do like a lot of it's almost like a black wash to where like they kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but their shading looks so much different than other companies, and I don't really, like I said, it's more like solid colors on this piece to where there isn't a lot of shading going on to begin with.
I think it depends on the piece, Chris. Like they're a 1/4 Supergirl. I think that would totally fit in with a Sideshow display.
I think this could work too. I think this is only like 21 inches tall, so it's not like huge. It has a small, like I said, footprint for the base. I think it could work.
I don't the more I see this, I like it. Like I'm thinking, okay, so if I did get the Sideshow Huntress and wanted a few of the female characters off to the side, would this fit in with those? And I think this is a very beautiful piece. I really like the base.
Mm-hmm.
The details are incredible.
I mean, I'm mixing her with my Prime one in Sideshow, so I think it works.
Love the octopus down below. I think that's really cool.
Same sculptor as the Sideshow Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and you like the book, right?
Yeah, actually, I just purchased a quarter scale book for my old Zatanna statue because I just wanted, I feel like it was just like Zatanna. It just looked like a magician. I wanted to add more stuff to it, so I put like a little pedestal next to her, and I bought off Etsy like a little quarter scale dark magic book, and then I have it like displayed next to her.
That's cool.
Add a little more to it.
So you don't like this portrait?
It's okay. I mean, I don't know. It's not my favorite. I feel like it's like you said, like it's one I would just keep in the box. I don't know. It's not my go-to.
What about Detective Chimp?
It's not something I would display either, but I like that they chose him.
I do wish that they had the option, and maybe they do, to remove him, just so you can have just the empty hat.
I love the way the book looks with the magic flowing out with the birds.
Yeah,
it looks cool. Way better to me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Detective Chimp.
It's just very funny. I mean, some people were very excited about that he got a nod. I guess he doesn't get very much play.
Yeah, I know him from the animated shows. He shows up every once in a while.
But I just love the movement of this piece. I think it's just very nice. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I wait 3 years to get it.
Probably only 2. But I do think that looks great.
Yeah. So if you're using Detective Chimp, she's holding her hat, so you're kind of forced to use the other portrait because then you have 2 hats.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Do you think that the hat is too low because the Prime Ones is too high?
You know what? I agree 100%. There's like no happy medium. I wish it was just tilted up just a little bit more so you could still see your eyes.
Maybe the hat's removable.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why can't anybody get it perfect? Like it needs to be the right angle.
So are they the same portrait? Do you think? Maybe that is it. You don't think that's like a removable hat, right?
She is more smiling here, and she's looking at you.
Okay, I see it now. All right.
Well, I guess she is looking at you. There,
yeah, I like that portrait better.
I just feel like you're not going to be able to see her eyes as much because of the shadow.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like I'm saying, I mean, like I said, you could still tilt it a little bit up more, probably, but.
And this is another one where you can't have her low.
Yeah.
You'd have to have her up at least eye level.
And where I'm putting her, my lighting's actually coming from the side, not from above, so it's not going to cast a shadow on her face like that.
But man, she does look beautiful. Cute rabbit.
That is really cute.
Really cute.
Look at the bunny.
That's right.
Look at
The rabbit's worried.
That's right. Yeah, he is. But yeah, real fun base.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, let's move on from her. Oh, there she is with Supergirl.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you look at Supergirl's skirt, you could see kind of like we were talking about. It has that black wash kind of thing going on with the shading.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, feel like that's like XM style.
I
don't really see that much on the Zatanna. So.
Yeah, it's more of a little flat. which I feel like is a good thing for this statue. Like even the red in the back, you know, it's more of a slick. Yeah, I think Zatanna's paint is way better than Supergirl's. Just my opinion.
So I'm assuming those stockings are mixed media, or you think they're somehow sculpted? I don't know.
I don't think that could be mixed media. I don't know. It's a good
I
question.
don't think XM does any mixed media.
Yeah, that's what I was just
don't
thinking.
either.
I've never seen them do that, so I wonder what that's going to be now.
I can't even imagine how they would do it. Like I said, unless it was some sort of printing process. Kind of like eyes. I think a lot of companies use those stickers for the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decals.
Yeah, decals.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. But that's a great question because it looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I threw this one in here. I thought this was pretty cool. This is a video game quarter scale piece, but look how cool this is.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for translucent resin. That's really cool.
But I just thought it's really cool with the ship and the cannon. So it's got to be a pretty big piece for quarter scale. That was kind of neat.
Chris, are you going to get this and turn into like a Pirates of the Caribbean statue or something?
No, I did watch that yesterday. I watched the last movie, and I'm like, oh, I got the pirates in my blood again.
Oh no.
No. If any company does start making some like a Davy Jones or something, I would buy it. But anyway, cool piece. A lot of cool detail. Let's see. This one was put up by Sideshow. This is part of their Dragon line. I know this has been a really popular line. I think it's like $250. I think this one is, but it's pretty small.
Okay.
But it fits in really well with the other two. So I thought that was kind of fun.
Those are fun movies.
They are. I'm really excited because the new Universal in Orlando is going to have a whole land based on this movie.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be Universal Monsters in one corner. It's going to be a Nintendo World. It's going to be a new Harry Potter area, supposedly more like the How to Train or the Fantastic Beasts. And then there's going to be How to Train Your Dragon. It's one of the biggest lands of the whole park. It's called Epic Universe, and it's going to be incredible, I think.
Yeah, it's the one park we didn't get to go to, was Universal. So looking forward to that the next time I go out there.
Yeah, you'll like Universal a lot. This got pushed back because they've just broken ground on this. They're on the third park, but it'll be something. It'll be bigger than the other two parks combined.
It's huge.
Yeah. Did you guys see this one from PCS? This is a diorama piece.
So it goes to something else? What makes it a diorama?
Well, it's just that's why with the I don't know the base, but it's at first I thought this was like a 6 scale figure, but it's actually a statue. I'm trying to remember the scale now. Do you guys remember the scale on this one?
I don't remember.
I think it might be 6 scale.
That's off the top of my head. I was thinking.
Well, there's a
scale.
Yeah,
and I think that's why I thought it was a figure. But then I realized, okay, it's you can't pose it.
You got a laptop right next to it.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it's got to be 6 scale then.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them doing any 6 scale items. Do you? Thought that was interesting. And not only do they have this Spider-Man, but they also have that Spider-Man.
Okay, so they're calling these a diorama. So maybe they're gonna make more. You could like put them all together or something.
Maybe. This is part of the gamer verse.
Yep.
But I thought it was kind of cool. They offered it in 2 different varieties. This one went up. Had some controversy with the price.
I like this one. I thought it was a cool concept.
I do too. I love it. I think it looked great. And people were really excited about it. What was it? Do you guys remember the price on it? Was it $1,200 or $1,300?
No.
Like 16.
I think it's 16.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
It's $875 for just Michelangelo.
That's what it was.
So why do you think they went that high?
Well, they would say it's 4 figures.
Yeah.
But that back piece is one piece of not a lot of detail.
Well, it's certainly not a lot of paint technique there. I mean, it's, one or
Nope.
two colors.
They actually posted about it and said that they were surprised at the backlash, that they're doing everything they can to keep prices down. And that was the post where they mentioned that Vampirella is only going to be 900. So they're trying to defend their price. I think it's going to scare some people away, but a lot of people are still going to order this.
It's still a phenomenal piece. It looks so good.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool concept. I mean, it definitely had a lot of buzz at Sideshow Con. But 23 and a half inches. So, I mean, it's a good size.
Yeah.
So.
Luckily, I haven't read the story, so I don't.
That's right.
Have the pull to
Me either.
Yeah, but I hear good things.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, obviously, people, were really excited at first. So, did you guys see this Thor? This is
Cool.
this is 1/10, and I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. He's just so bulky.
Yeah. They don't do much mixed media, but they sure did with this one.
They did. So I mean, that tells you how big it is at 1/10. But
I like the colors.
I do too. I just think it's one of my favorite Thors I've seen in a while. I really like it. It just feels like you're going to get more bang for your buck. But lots of cool detail at 1/10. Well,
It's cool.
kind of fun. So anyway, wanted to throw that one in there. They also announced a whole bunch of other 1/10 scale pieces. This is their Harley from Suicide Squad there. I think it has a pretty good likeness.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have John Cena.
So if you get real close on that one, I don't know if you can.
Yep.
In some pictures, it looks a lot like Arnold. Look at that face.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
Arnold.
I think it looks kind of like Nathan Fillion. That's fine.
Yeah, it looks like Cena to me for what, the scale.
That's funny. At least they don't have filing cabinets.
There you go.
So that's kind of nice.
They all have different palm trees in the back.
That's right. That's Ratcatcher right there.
Yeah, these are cool.
They also announced a new DeLorean, which I thought was awesome at 1/10 scale. So 1/10 scale DeLorean, which I think would be cool. I'm kind of wondering if they'll do it by themselves, like without the figures. You think this will be $1,000 like the Batmobile?
Yeah,
I
kind of like
think
the Iron Studios Batman.
Isn't
I
it
can take
two
them off.
pieces? Or is it one?
I don't know. I mean, these figures come with it,
Okay.
as far as I know. But I'm wondering if they'll do a separate one without the figures and just the car. But it is hovering. It's the flying car. So this is the Back to the Future 2 car.
This is Iron Studios?
Yeah, Iron
Oh, no.
Studios.
Yeah. They're the same ones that did the one you have, right? The Batmobile.
Yep,
So they probably just peg on the same way Batman does.
probably. But I thought this was pretty neat,
I think you can actually see the grate.
and it lights up.
Looks like it has the same platform almost as the Batman. Like those metal grates.
It's cool.
It does.
Yeah, it does. So it comes with Doc Brown, and then here's I think it's a pretty good likeness. And they do have those separate pieces that we've talked about before as well. So, but anyway, I thought it was cool they did the DeLorean. I just watched those 3 movies this weekend, so I'm like, this is my favorite trilogy of all time. I love Back to the Future.
So when the 3rd movie came out, our local theater did a deal where they showed all 3,
That's cool.
and they called it. They said, "See the future back to back to back."
That's cool.
And then you got a T-shirt that said that. It was really fun.
That's awesome. I think the 3rd movie is my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the 3rd one. And I remember as a kid, watching the 2nd one, and then at the end it says will be continued next year or whatever, or however long it was between the movies. I thought that was so cool. I don't think I really understood the idea of sequels. It's like, okay, well, it's pretty neat. This was also previewed. I have no idea who this is,
Looks cool.
but it looks big. I don't have any idea who that is. I'm going to take your silence as you don't either.
No, I'm trying to think what line it could even be from.
It's got to be Marvel, I would think. I don't know.
I have no idea what that is.
I have a Loki on throne.
The chat is saying it's Mojo.
Mojo.
I'm not sure who.
From what?
Yeah, what's Mojo from, chat?
Marvel.
That guy's been eating some pizzas. Sorry, pizza's on my mind. I haven't had any food for a month, so it's like, okay.
Part of the X-Men.
Okay.
Oh, X-Men line. As if they needed another character in that line. Gee, many Christmas. That's really cool, though. I like it. Loki. We also had this one. I don't know who this is either.
Yeah, a lot. All these smaller scale statues are looking really good.
They are. This one I really like. Is this quarter, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture where it had the wings outstretched.
Yep.
I think this one will be real popular.
I do too.
I'm anxious to see more, but yeah, quarter scale, it looks really good. Really good likeness.
Mm-hmm.
They had his likeness down with the set that I had. So
Yeah, that one looked great as well.
Be curious to hear
That's,
the price on that one.
Yeah,
I bet it's going to be a lot more than they were then.
I agree. I think you're exactly right. I had a Star Wars one as well. I think she looks good.
She looks good.
Yeah. And then the Wonder Twins.
Activate.
That's right.
Somebody had to say it.
So, well, it had to be Delaney. It had to be.
It had to be.
But I think they turned out really good too.
I
Yeah,
think that's
They'll
going
do
to.
the rest of the Super Friends.
They're going to sell well.
I
Yeah.
think so too. Yeah, the colors look really great. Then they had, of course, from the What If, they had the zombie Captain America, which I have not watched yet.
I
haven't
haven't
watched
watched that
it either.
show.
I've only seen the first one so far, and I really liked the first one.
The Doctor Strange one last week was really good.
I've heard it's the best one.
There's a new one today, right?
Maybe
Today's the
so.
zombie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's good. Yeah.
So good timing.
Yep.
Oh man, the first one I thought was great with Captain Carter.
Yeah, I did too. I really liked it. I love the animation style. This I saw today. I threw in here because they're doing a jumbo-sized Joker, one of those big, giant, massive ones that they do. So I thought that was kind of cool.
How big are those?
I don't know. Are they like?
They did a Batman. That thing's like 2 feet tall. I think.
Yeah,
like
it's
2 or 3
big.
feet.
I mean, it's really big. And so obviously this is the only way we can get a freaking Nicholson of anything. So there you go.
Did it make you, how are that? Well, it's not his likeness, I guess. So.
It's not. This was revealed finally from Queen Studios. This is the life size. I think 11 grand. I think
I thought it was 22.
22 grand. Or maybe I was looking at the wrong thing.
No, I think it's 11 and change. It's like 3,500 down. I was actually just looking at this.
11,549 from
Yep.
my local retailer.
Okay. Well, I think
Might
this
as well be 22.
You must have had 2 in your cart when you're looking at it.
look how amazing this is, though. Like, it's just so cool.
I like that they even made the base cool. Like, usually you just
Yeah.
get like a simple base.
Yeah, the
Really
ring of
cool.
light. It's got. I mean, it lights up. It's so cool. I don't know. This could easily be a major centerpiece to your collection. But
It would certainly
you're gonna need to sell a few kidneys.
Be a corner piece in my collection.
Yeah. But man, it sure looks good. Queen Studios has these busts down and these statues down for sure. I love the quality here. Let's see. Speaking of Back to the Future, this stirred up some interest. These were long sold out and they've re-released them. Jeff, you're more of our hot toys guy. What was the thoughts when these were re-released?
Everybody's happy but the scalpers.
Yeah.
Flippers. Because those were like 400 something at the cheapest. Now everybody's just waiting for them to do another DeLorean.
Yeah, do you think they'll do it?
I have no doubt.
I think this looks great. I think but that is awful.
Yeah, that's sad.
That is like somebody did a side-by-side earlier of this with the actual dog from the movie. Like they look nothing alike.
It's very unfortunate.
It is. I'm like, why would they not put a little bit more effort into making that look like Einstein?
Looks like he's melting.
It does. It looks like he's ice cream.
He's ice cream.
It does. It looks like one of those cake fails.
It does. It's exactly. It's a cake fail. But I think these are fun. But yeah, I hope they do a DeLorean.
Everybody wants the one from part 2 with the fold-in legs or the fold-in wheels. The hovering DeLorean.
Oh yeah. That dog looks a bit like Emperor Palpatine. Yes, that's true. Let's see. Wanda Quinn says, "Nice to see these Back to the Future back, but still wondering why Hot Toys ignored Suicide Squad." That is surprising.
Yeah, they usually don't miss an opportunity to whip a Harley out.
No, I mean, do you think they still will?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they're making the King Shark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
That's a great point. That's a great point. So maybe we just haven't seen everybody yet.
He's the breakout hit of the movie.
Oh, and it's such a good figure too. Really is. Really, really good. Well, is there anything in that list that we looked at tonight? Again, it's been a little slow. You know, there's not been a ton of releases, but anything other than maybe a Huntress that has piqued your interest?
Just Zatanna for me.
Yeah. But the rest of you, anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think that Vampy is going to fly in my house.
Yeah. What do you mean? You've got Deja Thoris. Come on, please.
Yeah, but that pose on Vampy is I don't know. I don't think it's going to
I'm
happen.
going to see if Jeff's blushing now.
No, I'm not blushing. I'm just tan. But Deja Thoris, you could say, is she's extremely confident, and she's got the gun, and the pose on Vampy is just like
Vampy.
Look at my backside.
Yeah.
You gotta get the Red Sonja to go with her, and then you could say they're a pair and they must belong together.
Yeah.
Cash to Gemini says, Jeff, come on. Just come on, Jeff. You need to order it. Let's see. Matt says, ordered Huntress, Zatanna, and the Black Flag statue so far. Love all 3 of those. That's awesome. That Vampirilla statue is a great way to get punched by the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. So doesn't sound like a lot from that list, huh?
Not a lot. I'm slightly tempted by that new cap, but I don't know. Not sure.
I'm talking
I
about
have to see the price on it.
which one? The
I forget the character's name. Falcon?
Oh, Falcon.
Oh, that Captain America. Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah, that's right. Bateman's Coffee Corner, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you for supporting us that way. That's awesome. Thank you. There's just been kind of slow. So let me ask you this one last question before we kind of wrap it up. Should I buy Talon from Prime One Studio?
Well, you might as well. It's going to get canceled anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
I worry about Talon. I worry. There's a few Prime One pieces I'm worried about right now.
What else are you worried?
Katana's been up for a long time, and there's still no edition size.
Yeah.
I mean, a really long time.
Yeah.
I actually thought they would cancel her over Poison Ivy. because I just didn't think that there was very much buzz. Like, I didn't hear a lot of buzz when she first came out. Like, some people were kind of excited.
I think it's a great piece, but it's 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. And I don't have that kind of space for that character, but I think it's a great piece.
Let's see. Gotham's Goon says, if they fix Canary's portrait a little, I might jump on that. Are you talking about the Prime 1? That was the Art Germ.
I think he's talking about the Sideshow. And
Oh,
Sideshow
okay.
doesn't fix pieces.
Dude. No, I don't think I've got it.
Not in a good way.
I say, we ever seen something? Well, yeah. The only one I could think that they changed was that Psylocke.
Yeah, Psylocke.
Psylocke.
Yeah, I don't know that it was for the best.
No, it made it look a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Canary will be a sleeper when she comes out. It's going to be one of those like Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
That could be. Yeah.
I think she looks like that. I can never think of her name that was on Game of Thrones.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah.
Oh, Laura.
Natalie Dormer.
Yeah,
Oh, Natalie Dormer. Yeah.
she's got that look. She's got that eyebrow working like that.
I can see that.
Was that the redhead?
Yep.
Yeah.
She was the one that they did. They were going to
Blonde.
marry her off to Cersei's.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's blonde.
Yeah,
Oh, she's blonde.
that's a good point. Late Night Trip says, are you worried about the Fabok line?
No.
I'm not. I think that's been successful for them so far. It's a great ally to have right now with Jason Fabok. I still think we're going to see the Penguin in the fall here sometime. At least I'm hoping. And I'm surprised that Batman and Joker diorama hasn't gone up for pre-order yet.
Yeah. I wonder why that is.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. Of all pieces not to, that's a interesting one.
I kind of wondered if they were testing the water with the Superman Doomsday one, because I don't know if that's as well received.
Right.
But I just don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's definite reason to say that we should be worried about some of these things, and coming back to where we were at the beginning of the show with cancellations and shipping costs and everything. I don't think anything's safe anymore. Like I except for maybe, like we said, Sideshow's been very consistent, but it does make me worry about everything going forward. So, I mean, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't pre-order, if you wait till it's in stock, which a lot of people are these days, because you didn't pre-order it, they might not make it.
Yeah.
There's not enough orders. So it's like, I'm almost thinking it's better on some of these riskier pieces to pre-order. You're going to get your money back if they don't make it.
Mhm.
Like I got my, I saw my $185 deposit sent back to me from Sideshow this last week, which that, is never good to see, but at least I'm glad I got the money back.
Yeah.
Right.
What was it on?
The Poison Ivy Arkham City,
Oh,
Yeah.
the wonky leg.
yeah. Gimp Ivy.
Yep, Gimp Ivy.
Get by.
Yeah.
But now we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about the Gimp leg anymore
Yeah.
because they're not going to make it. But
Yeah. Someone in the chat said that they're worried about the Injustice 2 Wonder Woman from Prime 1. That's another one that has been up for PO for a very long time with no edition size announced.
I am so worried about how behind they are. I mean, again, that Harley being 3 years, like that.
Mm-hmm.
When is everybody going to get stuff that went up for pre-order yesterday?
And do I remember that there's another showcase coming?
Yes,
Yeah.
this fall.
Is there really?
Number 3, next level, number 3. They said this fall. So, I mean, again, it gets to the point where how do you get excited
Yep.
about something that A, will take 3 years to get in hand, and B, might not be made?
Yeah.
How do you plan your collection? That's what would bother me the most. Like, you have like this idea and you had like, all right, I'm going to order these pieces and have them like, displayed next to each other. And then you order like, say, a few others to go with it. And then all of a sudden one of them gets canceled and it just ruins like your whole entire, like your vision of your setup that you had.
Yeah. It's becoming very difficult.
Yeah, I wouldn't go near that metal line from Prime 1.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what if
don't
you
say that-
order the
don't say
whole
that to
middle
Dave.
line and then 2 of them get canceled, and like now you're
Yep.
stuck with the other, pieces. It's like,
that's a
It's
great
inevitable.
point. That's a
Yeah.
great point. Like, I mean, like the Justice League line, they were able to knock those out and get them all out. Now they're adding the villains,
Hmm.
but at least they were out. I mean, at least you can buy all of them.
It makes me wonder if that's why they're going so heavy on the dios. If you think about it, they're putting out a lot of dioramas all of a sudden because they're one and done. They're not part of a line. They don't have to worry about that.
Great point.
it's true.
I'm just kind of surprised that Prime 1 hasn't whipped out another Batman Who Laughs, a different, as popular as that was.
maybe next showcase.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to like the ones that sell out. But again, that's a character that no one had ever done. So it's just a crapshoot, I guess, anymore. Matt T says the Drowned has an ES now, or has now an ES.
I think he meant no ES.
Oh, no ES. Well, that sucks. Ronnie Bay Comics. Hey, Ronnie, first time to watch you live. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And again, thanks to the almost 200 people still watching. You guys are awesome. I promise this would not be a 2-hour show, and we're coming in close. So I do apologize for keeping everybody. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out tonight?
Nah, we'll let you go rest, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely need it, but I do appreciate you guys hanging in there with me tonight. I really appreciate it, and it's good to be back with you, gentlemen. I missed being here last show, but like we said, nothing can stop the Batman. So it was, we got to keep rocking on.
Mhm.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back in a couple weeks. It's probably maybe due for maybe another auction show soon. We'll see. I'll talk to the guys and see if it's been a minute since we've done one. So maybe we can do that the next show. We'll see. But definitely keep following the channel for updates, the latest in collecting news. Thanks again to Dan last night for unboxing his new Samurai Harley. He is reviewing her for us, which is very exciting. And I think we had about 400 people ask for a room tour. So no pressure again to Dan.
No rush.
For an update. And also, please, again, do me a favor and check out Secret Sanctuary over on YouTube. Anything that you have coming out soon on your channel, Jeff?
Well, Thor should be coming this month, and Deadpool in the next month or two.
Did you do the Mandalorian review yet?
I have not.
Okay.
What?
I'm going to. I've been very busy with some projects lately. And also, I feel less hurried when I get in a piece that's already been reviewed by numerous YouTubers.
Okay.
So this has suffered that, unfortunately. But I'll get to it very soon.
Okay.
But nobody has the Jeff Delaney dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
I'm just saying. You have such a unique style and the way you present things. I want to watch your review.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, please do me a favor and subscribe to his channel if you haven't done so already. And again, we'll be back in a couple weeks. Again, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You're all amazing. And we'll see you soon right here in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Good night, guys.